Hello there, and welcome to another episode of the Honest Texan Podcast. I am your host, Josh, and today we have another video from the YouTube channel Police Activity that I will be reviewing about juveniles that stole a car, rammed police cruisers and another car in an attempt to escape or evade the police. So, this is juveniles. You know, these are children, these are youth, or, you know, whatever you want to call them. Usually, you know, teenagers, usually like, not non-adult teenagers or whatever. That sounds stupid. So we all have seen there is a rise and have been a rise in crime amongst the youth. And we have to figure out, why is this happening? You know, why is the youth acting out this way? And I hearken it back to the parents and society, cultural differences and everything like that. So, you know, if the parents are always working, they're not going to be able to really just watch their kids like that. And you're not going to always be able to just you should be able to discipline your children, at least I think you should. But, you know, with the youth acting the way it is, it's a big issue, and it stems from the home. So parents have to discipline their kids. They need to teach their kids more responsibilities. They need to show their kids a better way of doing things. And we haven't seen that lately. Lately, we have seen a deterioration of the nuclear family, of families in general, and not having morals and values of that nature, of that such. And this is what we get. You know, we get youth that are doing the Kid Soul Challenge, right? Where they are, I believe they're taking a Apple charger and somehow hotwiring the Kia Soul and stealing it. And this is, you know, it's affecting people's lives. It's affecting people's livelihoods. Sometimes that's the only vehicle that they have. So, again, we have to figure out as a society, as a people, as humans, why are the youth acting this way? And like I said, it all comes back to parenting, and it all comes back to what are you letting your, how far are you letting your kids go? And pretty far, apparently. Now, I know there's exigent circumstances, I get all that, but again, as parents, and I'm not a parent, at least not yet, but as parents, you can discipline your kids, you can teach your kids responsibilities, you can keep your kids busy enough between school, work, or whatever. Keep them busy enough so they can stay out of trouble. Don't just let them sit around, because, you know, an idle mind is the devil's place. And that has rang true to this day. So with that said, this is taking place in Whitehall, Ohio, at a gas station, and we're gonna pick it up, and we're just gonna see what happens. I'm gonna play the video all the way through, and then I'm gonna do my commentary. I'm gonna replay it with my commentary. So let's get into it. So I'm gonna play this video back and give my commentary. Please like and subscribe to Honest Texan Podcast, Honest Texan YouTube channel. It's free. I am not charging you anything. I actually like doing these videos. And always comment. I welcome the comments. I'll comment back. Yeah, feel free to comment, They're in that blue car. I mean, you got nowhere to go. You just hit that car and the police car. These are juveniles, minors. And right there, the police had his gun up to him, which he has every right to, because that car, it's possible that, they could have ran him over or anything like that, but that's for the officer's protection. But he elected not to shoot, even though he very well could have. But he elected not to shoot. I think that it's good that he didn't shoot, because one, you don't want to have dead minors in the car and everything like that, and then you don't want that on your conscience. So I was glad to see that he didn't shoot. He's trying to talk to him and reason with him. Let's see. You see the other police car ram him, pin him in. Now this way you had nowhere to go, and they had their guns drawn on them, and they're still trying to, it's a sad situation. Now it looks like he finally has let off the gas and is giving him his hands, or so they can cuff him. But the police are going to talk to these people, or going to talk to these young men or young juveniles. I don't know if they're men, women, or whatever, but they're going to talk to them. And as a society, we really do have to figure out why this behavior is growing and is persisting. Why are juveniles stealing cars, like this? Again, there's the Kia Soul Challenge. There's a group of children. There's been a group of children in Atlanta that have carjacked a council member for his car. So look that up. That is true. But we have to figure out, why is this going on within our country, within the youth? Why are the youth doing these things? And again, I look at how the culture of the country changing. I look at how the parents are raising their children. I look at how society is also impacting the youth, and it's a lot that's going into it. The pressures of society on today's youth is crazy. And then the lack of parenting. Now, I also understand that you're not going to be able to watch your kid 24/7, nor should you hover over your kid 24/7, because I don't even think that's healthy. But again, you have to try to instill some kind of values into your children, and they'll usually respond positive to it. So discipline and instill values into your children. There's no way that minors or youth like this at this age should be stealing a car and doing that. But we have seen instances where minors have gone on joyrides and this and that such. So and you're not gonna have everything that's perfect. You're not, and it'd be a boring world if everything is perfect, but you're not gonna have everything that's perfect. And again, with this, you see how these officers are responding, guns out, everything like that. They have the right to shoot. I'm glad they didn't, but they do have that right to open fire, because it will be deemed that their life is in danger, along with passerbyers or along with other people. And you see, and I think it might have been this guy's car that they hit, because let me see if I can go back to it, because his hand or something goes up, and we'll see. Look, we're gonna see this guy right here. Oh, okay. No, yep, it might have been his car. Or he could have just been reacting to the police hitting and pinning that car. So, but a lot of times police get a bad rap, and it really should be on the onus should be on the bad officers, not the good officers. But at the same time, the good officers really should call out and hold accountable the bad police officers, because as civilians, as citizens, they want us to hold the drug dealers, the gang members, people who are breaking the law. They want us to hold them accountable by telling them about the crimes and everything like that. And we'll do that as a society, but we also need to know that our police officers, our law enforcement, are not going to screw us over. And we also have to understand and believe that our law enforcement officers will hold their bad police officers, their bad law enforcement officers, their bad law enforcement officers accountable as well. And so that road goes both ways. And a lot of times you haven't seen that. I mean, you had the corruption that's in the LAPD, the NYPD. You had corruption that is in certain small towns. You had corruption of the police that are in that was in Baltimore. So we have to have accountability everywhere if we're gonna really do this. And again, this is the youth. These are minors. I don't know how old they are. Let's see if I can get some details out of this. It says it took place shortly after 8 p.m. on August 15th. It was a 2018 blue Hyundai Elantra northbound on Hamilton Road, South Hamilton Road. Let's see, the vehicle was reported stolen from Grove City. Oh, so I guess they led officers on a police chase. Let's see. Well, okay, they said the driver of the stolen car was 16 years old, and the three passengers, were all 15, 12, and 13. I'm sorry, look, there's no reason that a 12 and 13-year-old, not even 16, 15, 12, and 13, none of them should be in this position. So we have to ask ourselves, why is this going on? Again, why is this happening? Why is crime within the youth, why is the youth committing these crimes on the rise? It's not like that. I know it's summertime, but they're going back to school now. You cannot have your kids just doing nothing. You have to keep your children busy, whether it be having them read books, whether it be having them learn a skill, learn a trade, let them work on cars, get them ready for college, whatever. Mow lawns, let them start their own little business, sell lemonade, do a lemonade stand, sell cookies, teach them how to cook, teach them how to bake, something. You cannot just allow juveniles, the youth, to just sit there, because once you allow that to happen, then you're going to have a big mess on your hands like this. And on top of that, they're going to get into trouble because they're going to figure out that they need to do something to keep themselves busy and occupied. So if you're not going to occupy them, you're not going to help keep them busy, they will do it themselves. So, 16, 15, 12, and 13. Okay, so unfortunately, this has become all too common in Franklin County and the greater Columbus area. This has been reported. Stated Deputy Chief Dan Kelso. We struggle to balance the danger the juveniles create for our citizens while driving these stolen cars with the danger and havoc they create when we try to take them into custody for their crimes. And a lot of times, I get it. You don't want to take it. You're young, you're dumb, and you're all that kind of stuff. You're going to make stupid decisions. And this was a very stupid decision. And while you see the police, you don't want to go to jail. You don't want to get arrested. So you're going to panic and you're going to floor it. You're going to try to do what that youth did. You're going to try to do what they did and try to get out. And they're glad, they should be glad, and they are blessed that this did not go another way, because it very well could have. Furthermore, this comes at a time when we as police experience the same supply chain issues as everyone else when we have to fix our cruisers. Yes, that is still going on. We are still having supply chain issues all around the country. We're still having chip shortages for just about everything. And I know that's why they're trying to bring chip manufacturing here, which we should have already had it. We should have already had a lot of these things in place. There's no way that we should be dependent upon other countries for materials that we need. I'm sorry. Bring back the steel industry, bring back chip making industry, the chip manufacturing. You know, bring back the fact that we can make our own medical supplies. Bring that back. We should not be. We're dependent upon China for that. So why are we dependent upon China for that? And especially at the height of the pandemic, we were still dependent upon China for that. And I'm sorry, that's just going into another rant, but look that up. We were dependent upon a bunch of different countries for a bunch of different things, and it should not be. We should be able to be independent. We used to be a producer, and now we have become a country of consumers. We need to be a country of producers, and that's what we need to do. In my opinion, in my humble opinion, that's what we should do, and that's what we should get back to doing. Bring back we should be able to bring back a lot of jobs to this country. One, because that'll help out a lot of people. It'll help out the youth, for one, because when you see the Walmart workers, when you see the fast food workers and everything like that, they weren't designed, or even the grocery stock workers and everything like that. A lot of those jobs were not designed for older people, for adults. They were designed for the youth to get their first start at jobs, to get their first start into the working into the workplace, and to make a little bit of money for themselves. But again, once you have the steel industry that went under, you have the coal industry that is, I guess, has gone under or currently going under. These are the things that you get. So I mean, and not everybody's going to go to college, and we get that, and we have to accept that. Not everybody's made for college. Not everybody can do college, and college is just not for everybody. And college doesn't always work out for people that have gone to college. So you have people that have gone to college that have got a degree, but they are not even working in that field to which they went to school in, which they racked up a lot of debt, and now they're not working in that industry to which they went to school for, which is crazy to me because I have seen it. And I know this is getting off topic, and I'm trying not to, but you have Joe Biden that has released his plan today to effectively relieve students of their debt, at least $30,000. You got $10,000 plus from in student loans and $20,000 from Pell Grants. So, if you went to college and you racked up all that debt, and you're not doing nothing with your degree, that sucks. But maybe this might help. I'm not saying that I like this, and I'm not saying that I don't like it. It's going to cost the taxpayers a hell of a lot more money in the long run. But at the same time, this administration has also sent another billion or so. I got to look it up, but they have sent some more money to Ukraine in a war that most Americans don't really want or don't want to really be funding. And yes, we're not officially in the war with Russia and Ukraine and anything like that, but we are a part of NATO, and NATO is supplying Ukraine with weapons, and we're supplying Ukraine with the funding because we're sending them money and everything else like that. So, but again, with this, we have the youth that are acting a fool out there in the street, and we need to, the parents have to, you have to discipline your kid. You have to talk to your kid, figure out why this is going on. Whether you're having issues at home, you have to solve these issues at home. Because if you don't, they will protrude out into the open like this has done so right here. Let's see. Okay, it says when pulled from the stolen car, the driver was smiling and laughing. Damn. It seems these juveniles are not concerned with the ramifications to their actions, and they think that this is funny. And that's crazy because you're getting arrested and charged with whatever that's going to go on your record and potentially ruin your life. You're ruining your life at an early age. You're setting yourself back early on. And that is crazy to me. Let's see, stated Chief Mike Crispin. This same group of juveniles is suspected of stealing another car earlier in the same day. Wow. Okay, so, and then sometimes you just got bad eggs and they just gonna have to go to jail. Sometimes, jail helps people out. Jail helps them clear their mind out. Sometimes that happens. Sometimes you can't save everybody. Even the Bible says you ain't gonna be able to save everybody. And in general, you can't save everybody. So, again, this is sad. You had the juveniles. They were laughing as they were getting arrested. They apparently stole a car earlier on in the day. And, it's just sad. But again, it goes back to societal pressures. It goes back to the parents. And you also have to hold these juveniles accountable because they're old enough to know the difference between right and wrong. So not only would I place the blame on the parents, I place the blame on the juveniles as well because, again, they know the difference between right and wrong. They know this, but they chose to do this. And these are the consequences of those actions. Again, you hate to see someone ruin their life for something so small, or not so small, but for something so asinine like such as this, because they're just joyriding, but they essentially almost ruin their lives. And I hope that's not the case. I hope that they, will take this as a learning opportunity and try to change our life around before it is too late. So with that said, this has been another quick episode of the Honest Texan Podcast. I have been your lovely host, Josh. This is my hat that I love a lot. I love The Simpsons. Like and subscribe, comment. I want to know what do you think? Do you think the youth is getting out of control? Do you think that what do you think? I want to know. Again, like and subscribe and comment, share if you want. And hey, let's grow this channel. Y'all have a great day.